Do not attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
There it
Pew
is.
pew pew.
Pew, 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 pew. It's been a long time since I heard this.
Couple weeks. Welcome back, everyone. It's episode 377.
We still gotta record our episode 365. It's not hammered.
Maybe we gotta go another. What's
2 years?
6, 7. I don't know, 720? Is that right? Do we need 720 episodes for another
We
2
got
years?
730.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, what's this? Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
So
65.
360 is a whole circle. 365 is one calendar year. They should whoever did these math things, they should have made everything the same so that when we do the math, it all adds up properly.
It makes
you know?
sense, like a metric system versus a standard system.
Yeah.
Don't know what like a Newton meter is. Do you know what a Newton meter is?
No, absolutely. No idea.
Me neither.
It's made up.
It sounds
So,
made up, right?
Yeah,
A
it
Newton
does.
Meter. Like that's 2 syllables. It should just be standard metric.
Exactly.
You don't need Newton in there. Newton
I
meter.
don't know. Is it from Isaac Newton? Is that what we're talking about? Is that why where they got that? Is this a gravity thing?
Thandy Newton?
A fig Newton?
A fig Newton. It's a fig Newton meter. And also they need to fix runtimes on movies. They literally need to say, this movie is 2 hours and 34 minutes.
Instead of like the how many minutes it is. Wait, that dude, what? They do that. They do.
It's 190 minutes. I don't need to math that. Do you want to math that? I don't.
That's true.
I want to sit there and be like, okay.
What I want to know is really how many minutes of the actual movie, not credits. You know, I want to come in knowing like, okay, this movie's going to start right at this time because there's a long ass like intro that you don't need to watch, right? I don't need any of that. Skip over that. And then I need to know when do the credits roll. After the credits, like just do a little snippet. They're like, hey, there's a mid-credit scene at this time, and there's a post-credit scene if that. If not, I just go home, you know? Done.
Maybe that's how we monetize on B Movies Beyond. Is
Just
we put
work on that system?
Create that system, patent this shit right now, where like our app will tell you how long the opening is, when the end credits start, and I know there was a pee break one, but like really define this so you can have a nice system of like going and watch movies. Because I like to enjoy beers at the movies, but when I have 2 beers and I'm like, shit, I gotta pee, what am I gonna miss? I would like to like know, all right around this time, and maybe like tie it to your Apple Watch so it just buzzes you and it's like pee break time, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's nice. Yeah, they should do that. I don't know. I also understand like the credits. That's for like all the people that worked on this film. That's really important to them. But I don't know. Like there was a point where I actually sat through credits, and now I feel like time is so valuable that I can't do it. And this is nothing against all the people that worked so hard on these films. I appreciate every single one of them. But I got things to.
Well, let me ask you this: is it important when they outsource like all of the work to somewhere in Korea, and then they have like the 9,000 Korean CGI people? Or let's talk about an elephant in the room. Are we gonna dedicate credits to AI created scenes?
They are. I guarantee they will.
I don't know if So see, a system like this would be great because now if, people who are going to be using something like this, they're anticipating not watching it anyway. So like the people who appreciate it, they're like, okay, well, I'll sit through this. But the people like us who are like, dude, I just sat through this entire movie. I know there's a post-credit scene. How much time do I have where I can go take a piss and come back and catch that post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Boom.
I like that. Especially
I would literally do it. Yeah.
For the credits and like a peace scene, like I think that is very important. So maybe you don't do the one where like, hey, you can skip the beginning of the movie. Maybe you do. I don't know.
No, I think we should be able to break it down. That would be fantastic because some openings...
enjoy your beer, a little bit more. Or get that beer or snacks right before. Like, because here's the other thing I tried to do, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, is there's so many trailers before these movies. And, like... because of YouTube and all the social media, like all these things are out before you even, you go to the movie and like it's all stuff you've seen. So why do I want to sit through it again? Yes, it's on a big screen and everything, but so I try to often like, hey, I don't want to sit there for 20 minutes watching all these trailers I've already seen. I want to see the new movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to get there like right when the movie starts. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I'm a little late, and so I miss the beginning. But having that app, man, how do we do this, though? Does that mean we have to go see every movie beforehand and then write down these timestamps?
I think what we do is we team up with someone like, I'm going to bring up Alamo, and here's why. Alamo is there to enhance the viewer experience. I don't think it would take away from it because... then they can be like, well, here's these awesome little shorts that we put in front of our movie and tied to your Alamo app or not, whatever. But this would be the test run. And then they can show all their cool little, like, before the movie scenes that they give everybody. Because you miss a lot of those. I think those are fun. Mm-hmm. I also miss a lot of them too, but it would be kind of cool if they had like a channel that tied you, hey, get ready for this movie, or like movie prep, Hey, do you want to know the best times to do this and this and this and this? That way, when you're going to the movie, you can time yourself better.
Yeah.
And maybe just tie it like when you get your tickets to the movies. Oh, no, I don't. It needs to be hashed out. But in theory, I think this is a great idea because it would enhance the busy man movie schedule.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Maybe we need some AI to make this happen.
I think we do need some AI because I got other ideas that we could use. Like I like, it's almost, how when you go on YouTube and some of those videos, like they're all segmented, right? Like, you know, like this part's your intro. This is like like for us trailers, we have these sections to our podcast and we can do that on YouTube. That's what we almost need is like have it go to your smartphone and tell you, all right, we're doing the Alamo trailers with shorts and everything, maybe a little synopsis of what that is. And then like, all right, we got 20 minutes of trailers. Even having a rundown of the trailers, that'd be cool. Movie. Yeah. And for the movie, again, you got to patent this shit is what if you push something on your watch saying, I got to go pee. And so you click it right then at any point, and then you come back and you unclick it, and then your watch will tell you, like, maybe after the fact, you can click on it and it'll tell you what you missed. So you can do it at any point. Because sometimes, who's the judge to be like, this is the part you can miss? Sometimes that's, maybe some people can decide that, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I personally don't want to miss a thing, but sometimes you just can't help it, like you mentioned. So.
And dude, this can also tie to being at home. Same application. You're watching a movie at home. You have more distractions. You can literally tie down like what's going on during this scene in this movie. Say I need to pee. You notify what's going on. Then boom, you go do whatever you need to do. Could pause the movie and then come back automatically. TVs are smart enough to recognize when you're there. So, like, if my Apple TV was like, Ryan's not here since I have like 5 Apple things in front of me, be like, well, we're going to save the good stuff for him. And then you can have your synopsis pop up. You can have it like just you're looking at your phone anyway. So it could be like, hey, this is important. Pay attention. Hey, this is what's going on. Here's a new character. Bing. Dude, interactive movies would be phenomenal that way. Peter, have you seen the new glasses that Meta has come out with?
I've seen the commercials for them, so...
Dude, they have a screen in there.
Yeah. I feel like... Are you getting a little lazy with the stuff at home where you can literally just pause the movie if you leave?
Yes. It's not called lazy, it's called convenience.
Okay.
We are enhancing the convenience factor of enjoying a movie, i.e. my review later on. I would have loved to have this scenario because I was like, I'm vested, I was tired, but I was like, this is going on forever. Do I need to finish this?
Well, that's up to you, but you know what? I do think, I mean, there's more and more technology and like things just watching us. And I think they're already, they already have some of these TVs where the cameras are built into it, but I think there's going to be a time where it's monitoring you and it'll like know when you start dozing off and know like, all right, I need to stop this. I'll turn off the TV and everything for you. Stop the movie. Even, like, well, maybe you come back to and like it will go back to where you fell asleep so you don't miss anything. Like, now that I need, because so many times I just kind of doze off during things or just totally fall asleep. So,
and then it puts the review in the user's hands so our content is more refined. Think about like you finish a movie, your app says, did you enjoy this movie? Give it a rating. Hey,
true.
Here's these trailers. Did you like this one? Just something quick. You could thumbs up, thumbs down. Speaking of thumbs, I ripped off my thumbnail.
The whole thing?
Just like up to here.
So you just put it back?
Yeah, I super glued it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. See, it looks gnarly now. It looks dirty
it does.
and gross. But that's just super glue.
Does it fall off?
I don't know. It's not blood and puffy like the last time I ripped my fingernail off. But yeah, see, I could give it a thumbs up, or I could give it a thumbs down. We could give it a sexy pew, or we could give it a bad pew.
I don't know if it's a sexy pew. All right, we got a great new app. We'll get the AI masters on this. Let's get into, well, speaking of AI, this is a good segue.
Whoa.
Hit that question. Yeah, we do.
Do they exist anymore?
What? How?
I'm sure they do.
I have so many questions!
That's our
Ryan.
quick question. Do segways exist?
Well, now they have like those little one-wheeled things, that you just ride on. Like, there's so many different, like, segways is the thing that started it, and then they took away, like, we don't need handlebars, and they went away from that. Have you, moving on, you've seen, like, this big controversy, and, like, this is, like, the biggest news I could find, and so I made it more of a question because this Tilly Norwood, you heard of her?
No. Sounds
actor. It's straight up fake, that's for sure. This company, oh man, what is the company called? They made a super hyper realistic AI actress, AI generated actress. And so they think this is the future. The studio Zykoya? I don't know.
The Chinese. See? Do I need to give him credits for all this?
Maybe. I don't know. But so they're talking like basically like movie people will basically like she'll be like a real actress. Like she has an agent apparently, and they could pay to have her, and she's like a Muppet. That's how they described it. She's like a Muppet where she, you tell it what you want her to do and she'll do it. And there's no, it's like probably a one take thing unless you like, oh, I didn't really quite like what I typed in to have her do. But she's programmed basically to be an actor to do it different ways. I think they even kind of gave like a backstory. I don't know. Do you really think like this is the future? Like this company thinks like this is what it is. Like movie companies want this. They want to make it so like I don't have to deal with actors. I just type it into a chat GTP, function and there we go. We got our performance.
That's insane. Is it the future? It's here. Think about, oh my gosh, think about the possibilities. Like, there would be no morale anymore. You can have this actress, and contractually, I guess through her agent, they'd be like, hey, during this scene, we're going to have Rambo just like mow her head down with a machine gun, and it's going to be bloody and gory. And the agent would be like, okay, that sounds good. Pay me X amount of money. And this faceless agent would be like, here you go. And then they'd have this approved scene of this actress of her face just being mauled down by a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Weird.
It is weird.
Dude, you know what this does? Think about the likeness, the voices of James Earl Jones, the voices of Bruce Willis. We can make Die Hard movies for the rest of our lives. We can have...
But here's the thing, though, is that is not this. Like, we can already do that. That's why they already make contracts where, like, they're signing away their voice. Like, that's what James Earl Jones did.
Yeah, but you just type in the input of that voice and tie it to an AI character, and boom, there you go.
Yeah, but no, this one's, like, totally brand new. Like, she is totally unique. Like she is almost like her own person. So like you're hiring this girl, the way she sounds, the way she looks, all that. I'm sure they can make some modifications to it, but like the idea is that you're hiring this person. Like she is an actor. You would get this actor to be in these different films, but she'd be able to probably do a better job at being, accents and whatnot. Like you said, I think you're right about like, hey, I want to mow her down with a machine gun. Like you could do that because she's not real. Like it's built into the AI programming. Like, so I just, would it save on costs? Like, would it allow, I mean, it almost allows us, like anyone really, like if you had enough money, you could go in there and tell this girl what to do. Tell this actress what to do.
On top of our great movie app idea, we need to become agents for AI-generated actors and actresses for B movies.
Yeah, we do. We need to get onto this. How do we represent them?
All I would type in is big busty blonde gets killed by masked Halloween figure every other scene.
Jeez.
So could I literally just like get a catalog of Scream Queens and just define this like perfect rendition of a Scream Queen all in one package, create her as a character, an actress, and then just have her be a lead in each one of these roles? This is how they need to do it, Peter. This is where it's going to get really controversial.
Is your plane coming to get you?
It's AI. I added a plane effect.
Okay.
Yeah. Hollywood's going to do this by introducing NPCs, all the characters around, and they're going to start creating familiar faces. So we start recognizing these in these movies with real actors, and then we're going to be like, hey, who was that one? They'll start kind of on a DMR seeing them with Blade Runner, right? And then they'll just superimpose them, and then they'll start putting them in more and more movies until they become a lead. Then they'll sneak one in there, and then Hollywood would be like, who's this actress? And then, well, it'll never get to that point, because it's like if they're like, no, hold on, that's AI. But that's how Hollywood needs to do it, so the general public they'll have a realism to it. Because I just watched a couple of like videos on YouTube. She still looks very fake. Mm-hmm. Even though she is AI generated. And AI is getting really incredible with what it can do, but it still looks... Everything looks like it's an influencer recording a video. So everything looks very staged.
Yeah, the filters are a little bit too pristine.
Good.
But
Yeah.
I often think, I mean, they can easily change this. They can fix this stuff. Like, they're just showing this concept and how it's very possible. One of the things I found interesting was just how they even brought up podcasts, how like this stuff can take over podcasts. So we're screwed, Ryan.
No, we just need to adapt.
No.
We become podcast agents
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like we just need to get archived footage of ourselves from 9 years ago, create that character, and that podcaster Peter, podcaster Ryan, would last forever. And then, dude, we don't even have to record anymore. We could just type in our notes, and then we could just be like, prompt, create an episode, have them talk to each other. That's a great idea.
They can do that. This is just, I don't know.
So my thoughts, I like this, but we need to adapt.
Of course we do. And I think that's how this will go too, but it's going to be interesting ever. I mean, what are you getting out of it? Like, I don't, like, I understand from like a director's point of view, like, hey, if I could just get the computer generated items where I plug in my script and tell it to do this thing in the way that I describe it, like, is that the future? Like, I could totally see that as being a future in a certain instance, like there's going to be like, I think there's going to be like AI generated films like that because a director's like, I don't want to deal with all the other shit. I can sit at my computer and make a full-on movie, right?
Think about this. What's the biggest controversy of making a James Bond movie?
I mean, I feel like, I guess what the actor looks like?
Who is going to play James Bond? Which actor? Is he going to be new? Is he black? Does he look like Fleming's version? Now they can literally just create James Bond.
But they can already do that. The deep fakes are like insane.
Deep fake is now AI generated. We can never ever have a debate on which actor is going to play James Bond ever again. We can literally just pump out James Bond movies every 6 months with.
But you still can't,
James
though,
Bond.
unless someone. Well, who is really James Bond? Like, who's like this? Like, I guess that's what. Who are you saying is James Bond?
If I were the director, if I were the creator of the James Bond series, I would get all the actors that play James Bond and I would put it in a prompt and I'd say, make James Bond. And then it would put their faces together and then it would put their voices together and then it would put their bodies together and then they would drive a weird Aston Martin BMW kind of car. And then you have James Bond forever.
So you're talking about some type of weird mashup of everything, which is creating something new, but now this is our new James Bond. So,
I don't know why
you're still getting something new. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm saying is like I see a place in the world for this, but at the same time, I think the beauty in movie making is the collaboration with everyone, the working with different actors and their take on a role and how they perceive it, and the outtakes, the bloopers. I mean, like, them screwing up, sometimes that turns into the gold of the movie. Like,
you could still prompt that though, Peter.
How do you? But it's not. That's staged then. It's not real. I mean, no matter what, that's not real. Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to get a point across your story alone with not any collaboration at all, just like you type it into AI and like push it out, AI will add a little bit of the gaps, fill it in. But like, you're going to get pretty much what you asked for. Like, yes, there are some directors that are very like nitpicky, like, no, it has to be this certain way. But I feel like those are the guys that would be using AI. I think there's the other side, like I'm saying, where It's the unknowns. It's the unknowns of what these other people are going to bring. Unless you're going to get multiple people coming into your AI chat thing and typing in other stuff and how they view the project. I don't know. I don't know what you would get. That's an interesting thought. But I see where there's a person where like, I don't want to deal with a headache with all these other people, so I will pay all this money to use this program and spit out a movie that is what I typed out to be. And then you're going to have the other side where, no, I want the flaws because to me, that's the movie. There's no movie that I think is like without its issues or a thing where like you see like the camera guy or something, you know? Like you look at Jurassic Park and some of the part, like that's like a fantastic movie. Everyone loves it. When you slow that down, there's all kinds of little bloopers in it, but you don't even notice it. Like
Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah.
As I watched Ninja Turtles as a kid, I noticed nothing. I literally saw live action Ninja Turtles. As I grew up, I was like, these are guys in suits, and there's the zipper in this scene. There's the boom mic from the top. There is the mouth inside of Donatello's mouth. Like there's a. So here's another thing. Like, dude, we might be at a point where someone can upload that film and clean up every one of those scenes so they look more real.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Which is crazy to think about.
To me, that's totally fine though. I kind of like that. I mean, well, now you're just getting into like George Lucas realm, you know, where you're just like, I'm gonna keep on fucking with Star Wars, you know, like. I want it to be the way that I envisioned it, that I didn't have the capabilities at that time. Like, I mean, honestly, they could do that now anyways, but no one wants to invest that type of money. But again, that's where it comes down to is like, if you had the money, you can really do any of this stuff. But now, you know, this company's made the AI programming to generate an actor and put it into any scene possible. I mean, like, dude, we're starting to get into like Star Trek shit. You know, we're going to be like on holograms interacting with the AI person, Cortana. You know, that's what we're about getting into those stages. Man. All right. Enough about AI. Not really. I don't think it's going to be like a Skynet situation because I think. There's too much human logic in it. And so that means you can have a lot of variances to it. That's how I view it. But let's get into trailers.
Okay.
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
B-Movies and Beyond.
Oh no, my screen.
Oh no. We got some great trailers since we've been gone, since the last time we had an episode. Like, and I think in particular, I'm sure there's a lot more that I just can't remember and I can't find, but
no, this is
these
perfect.
Are the
good
these are
but short. Yeah,
biggest ones. Let's start with I think to me the smallest one, but I'm actually really excited for it, and that's Greenland to Migration. Did you ever see Greenland?
No.
Yeah. Boo yourself.
Yeah.
With Gerard Butler and
I feel like you put this on for a reason.
Well, I just loved it, dude. Like, it was a pleasant surprise when I watched that movie, where Gerard Butler, and it's like basically the end of the world, like meteors are coming down, and Greenland, they have these bunkers that they made that could withstand like an ice age, basically, you know? And so the whole point of the movie was getting there. This was kind of for the rich and famous, and I think they had some type of like selection for other people. Mm-hmm. And it's just following Gerard Butler and getting his family there. And I mean, since there's a second one, spoiler, they make it.
Yeah, I guess that kind of ruins that, huh?
A little bit. I guess it's. I think it takes place 5 years after those events. They've been living these bunkers, and now, like, man, we need to. It's like the opposite. Now we gotta venture out and try to find a new place because like these people are just going insane in these bunkers, I think. And so now it's kind of the reverse of like, all right, we got to leave the bunkers and go find another safe haven to live out. And then there's probably gonna be a Greenland 3 where they're going to go find some other place. I loved it. I think it was a pleasant surprise, and I'm really happy that they're continuing the story, and I will 100% watch this, probably at home, but I will watch it.
You kind of ruined the first one for me because now they're alive.
I told you. Sorry.
But if someone really recommends this first one for me, Peter, do you recommend the first one?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good. If you like, destructor, what do you call those? Natural disaster movies. That's it. It's like that.
Is The Rock in it?
No, I know. San Andreas is on Netflix. It's tearing it up the charts. Top 10.
Hell yeah, The
K-pop.
Rock. That K-pop, oh my gosh, that K-pop is just killing it. It's so funny. I don't think we'll see another Into the Spider-Verse movie ever again after K-pop Demon Hunters. We're just going to get K-pop Demon Slayers. K-pop.
It's just going to keep on getting pushed.
Demon lovers.
Indefinitely, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because they nailed it. Like, they nailed it with Spider-Verse, but they just probably quadrupled their profits by K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, they're working on the second one. We'll see if they can actually continue it and make it just as good and desirable for these kids and everyone.
I like how in the group chat we mentioned K-pop Demon Hunters, and Danny's like, guys, please, God, no.
Dude, I was telling Nikki's husband, Nate.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, all about the K-pop Demon Hunters for... Like, it is non-stop songs, movie, in the car. It's just non-stop. Like, it's just the kids, that's all they want. And it's crazy. And then, like, I have them turn on just regular radio on my car because I was having some issues with my Spotify. And then K-pop turns on there, too. It's just, I can't get away from it. It's ridiculous.
It's hitting the radio? Dude, this movie is... straight up just becoming a worldwide phenomenon. They're going to have to create some real-life AI characters so they can make a real-life version of this.
Yeah.
Game on.
All right, Ryan, where should we go from there?
I want to touch base on The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay.
Reason being is we haven't had a Star Wars movie in a while. Disney realized their most popular franchise probably needs to tie up some loose ends, and I think it just looks like a good old family fun movie with Grogu in the title, so all the kids are going to go. And Mandalorian for the nerds. There's going to be a lot of hate, but it's just going to be a nice little adventure to... I think they're tying up the series with this one.
I think so, which, like, I'm sad by that, but at the same time, like, it makes sense. And I also felt like season 3... felt like that could have been a movie.
Whoa. Do you see that?
I do see that. You got a thumbs down that you created.
How did I do that?
It's because of your gross thumb.
Can I do a thumbs up?
Only down. That's so weird.
That was so weird.
Riverside, you're weird.
I'm just gonna.
But didn't you think? Didn't you think that Mandalorian season 3 felt like a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I'm super stoked for this one. I'm not a fan of the title, but the trailer.
How else are they gonna get kids in there?
I guess I think you just call it the Mandalorian, the movie. I wish they went that route.
I like the graphic for it. It looks very retro.
Yeah.
Oh, my thumbs up.
Oh, nice. I liked it too. I love that gigantic at that blows up. Like, dude, it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's in the great hands of Jon Favreau. And who's the other guy? David Filoni. Yeah. So he's directing it, right?
Yeah. You mentioned the at very CGI, but what I didn't like it. Or no, I didn't.
Really?
I didn't not like it. I thought it was a great looking scene.
Okay.
But I do like that a lot of it is practical effects.
Mhm,
Grogu is a
mhm.
puppet. His characters with him are puppets. The other creatures, they're practical.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're photorealistic AI. No, I think they stay true
Has
to
little bubbles.
yeah, having the practical effects as much as possible, but they also create that new technology, where like they're on that like those laser screens basically, where they could put in whatever scene they want behind the actors and all around them.
So crazy.
Dude, I know it's nuts. It's
so
crazy.
see, that's another thing, dude. Like if you think about movie production, like movies used to take almost half a year, like to a year to complete. And like the Street Fighter movie, 2 pro wrestlers are in it, and they were like 3-4 weeks in filming, and they're done, and they're back to work being pro wrestlers. Like I was like, whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Old movies like Jean-Claude Van Damme would have flown to Australia and been there for like half a year.
I mean, it depends on what they're doing and also just how much prep they did.
No middle finger. Ooh, my hands are jacked up.
Dude,
Sorry.
you've been working hard, man.
I'm trying to get more emojis.
Just keep on working on that. There's other hand symbols than the thumbs up and thumbs down.
That's why I'm trying the middle finger. Oh, look, there's
Oh, he
balloons.
got balloons. What?
Can I do a heart?
How about rock? Anything? Can I do?
There's a heart.
Jeez. How come you're getting all this? I don't get shit.
This is so fun. This is so stupid.
It's because you got a filter on?
I think
Man.
so.
Well, guys, if you want to watch Ryan play with his screen, you can watch us on YouTube.
This is so fun. Oh, there's my balloons again. That's the European balloon. I'm flipping all you guys off. This might get banned on YouTube. Sorry.
Well, let's go to The Bride.
Okay.
We got a trailer for what's her name? Is it Michelle?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No. Maggie Gyllenhaal. She's directing Frankenstein's The Bride. It's just called The Bride, and Christian Bale is Frankenstein, the monster. Let's just say the monster. Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. I don't know what his character was. A cop?
He's
I don't
Maggie's
know.
brother.
Yeah, true. I'm playing the brother. But I don't
right there
know
with you.
how I don't know how I feel about it.
Watching the trailer. Okay. I was waiting to see your feeling on this one. Watching the trailer. This movie can go really, really, really bad and get really bad reviews, or it can be really awesome.
Exactly. It kind of looked like a Bonnie and Clyde film with Frankenstein and the Bride, or dang it, Frankenstein's monster and the Bride.
And they're like gangsters.
Exactly, but I think it's set kind of old-timey. Visually, it looks very stunning. Can they execute this, man? Like, I applaud them for, I guess, letting Maggie do her thing and like, hey, this is how I want it to look. This is how I want it to feel. Or the monster isn't like green, like it's a very, very different take, and it might just work. It really might, because it's so stylized.
I love the trailer, how it said the fucking bride.
Mm-hmm.
Like in big letters. That's
and this
cool.
to be R-rated. That's going to be cool.
1930 Chicago. So
see, that's why they look like that.
That's so what a very interesting take on this story.
Yeah. So we're getting a period, a piece basically with monsters. Like, man. And that part when like they're just walking down and then the monster just like beats the crap out of those guys. Like, oh dude, like I think it's gonna be, it could be really cool. So I was not expecting this trailer. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. But like you said, it could be shit potentially, because this could be way too far off base,
What's gonna ruin this movie? is when it's released. It's released next year, March 6th. So we have October, November, December, January, February, March. We have 6 months for them to ruin more of the surprises with all of their trailers that are coming up in the next 6 months.
Yeah, and we talked about this. I think, this is it. Like, we got our trailer for it. I think I'm done. Maybe I'll watch a full trailer. I don't know. It's always hit or miss. And I think I might have to watch this trailer again to determine if I need to see more, Because if I'm like hooked on this and I really want to go see it, I don't want any other influence. I think you have to stop at this teaser trailer. You have to stop.
This
because
is
it's
where
probably
I'm
going to
done.
get ruined. Yeah, exactly.
I'm done.
So, and March doesn't concern me at all. We've had some big movies come out in March. So, before, right, we're like pretty much anything from January to, through April is like kind of shit. But March doesn't scare me at all for a release date as well.
Date. I'm just the time from this trailer up into the release. Don't give us too much. Don't give us too much, please.
Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of
all
which,
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
This one. I love this movie in concept. I think they should have did the trailer completely different.
For Anaconda.
Yeah.
The remake of Anaconda, which is legit, in a sense, it's kind of a sequel.
Interesting take.
Because,
Valid.
so, this is what I like about it. And I understand what you're talking about with this trailer. And I guess what I'm curious about is how far you would take the trailer. But it starts off instantly with Jack Black shoving his way into Paul Rudd's home and saying, enough's enough, some bullshit like that. Let's go remake Anaconda.
Perfect.
Yes.
Leave it at that.
And that's what they start to do. It's a comedy / my understanding is they're still going to have they're going to try to have the scares like that the first one had. So, and here's the thing, like I personally think that the trailer is fine. I think I would have left out certain elements, but I'm glad that they actually acknowledged that there's going to be real anacondas in this. So they start, the trailer starts off, right? They're going to go make this movie. They're going to be very indie budget. They get a larger snake. That snake dies comedically. And they're like, all right, we need to go find a real anaconda for our film to continue it. And they actually do so. And then shit goes down. And that's the part where like, all right, maybe I wish they didn't show as much as that. Is that kind of where you're at too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us one or the other. Tease us that we're getting a new Anaconda movie, especially since this is the first trailer. Maybe tease us and be like, Anaconda with Paul Rudd and Jack Black. It should be funny anyway. Maybe leave out the whole part that they're making an indie film and they whatnot. Or go the opposite direction and just leave it at that, but don't tell us and don't show us any of the what's happening while they're filming. One way or the other, I think they combine too much in such a small amount of time. And I hope there's more to it because I just kind of feel like they blew their load.
Yes and no. I do think they showed too much, but I also am like, that was only like, 2 minutes of a trailer? Like, there's so much more. But some of those parts that they put are like, seem really huge. I'm like, well, now you especially, okay, since it's in the trailer, there's a part where they think Jack Black is dead and he has a hog and they tie him up for like bait and he's not dead. Like to me, that's a big kind of spoiler, right? That would have been
huge,
a very fun moment in the film. But if they're putting that in there, either that means that this movie has so much more that it doesn't matter, or this movie's a piece of shit and they're trying to capitalize as much as possible. Also, the other strange thing is that This is coming out in December for Christmas, and that is a little bit concerning to me. But it has worked in the past. Like, they did Jumanji: The Next Level, which is a lot of fun.
Okay.
Like, it can work, and I think that's what they're going for, is that this is a reimagining of Anaconda in a very, very fun and exciting way, like kind of like Jumanji was. So I want to see it. I love the concept, and I hope there's so much more to it than what we just saw. Like, and actually, like, funny, hilarious stuff. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, fall over clutching your stomach moments, because that's how I thought, dude. When I saw like the new Jumanji movies, I thought those were just so much fun and very unexpected. I didn't watch a lot of those trailers because I didn't really care, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, this is another one where I think that's the only trailer I want to see if I want to go see this movie.
All right, let's get into let's blitz through our news, huh?
Let's do it. In today's news, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy, the movies, the originals, is getting 4K release from Arrow Video US, and it's a big box set. I'm excited because I've never had a 4K movie, and I think this is a good one to start. My only problem is being a Ninja Turtle fan as an adult. Anything Ninja Turtles worth having in your collection is no less than $50. This is going to be released at $70. Oh, man. I just wish I was a Ninja Turtles fan with adult money as a kid who was spending $4 a time. So, like, I wasn't spending, like, it's so insane. But I'm excited. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, and I think it has a lot of archive footage, as you were talking about earlier, like bloopers and deleted scenes. It's probably stuff we've seen before, but I want to see this in 4K. I really want to experience this movie. I do like the grittiness of the early 90s movies, but I feel like this is one of those to like experience it in a different level as well. So that's coming out. I think it's coming out like this month.
Oh, nice. I think we forgot to mention this before, but did you hear, and I believe this is for next year, like the re-release of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like this year in the theaters, like, you know, it did so well that they're gonna bring out Secret of the Ooze next year. I
did hear that. So that's gonna be one that we have to see.
Yeah, hopefully I'm not on vacation again.
Oh, dude! If you click to add this up to your cart, which I did twice, they have Spawn limited edition 4K. So we're getting our 90s movies in glorious 4K, and I do not want to see Spawn in 4K because that had some of the worst CGI. Ew.
They could do Spawn again with AI actors. I'm fine with that. I think that might be even better.
It would probably come out.
Yeah, it would be released. It'd be done by now. Maybe that's what Todd McFarlane's waiting for. Is like, finally, the technology's caught up to my vision.
Jeez, who was doing that? Was it Peter Jackson who waited for Lord of the Rings?
Did it? Yeah, I think there was some stuff with that. I think even like James Cameron, like they also created their own technology for those films too. A lot of it. So, all right, what's next?
I just want to throw this out there because, Peter, I didn't see a single movie in the movie theater in September. There was just nothing that caught my eye, but there's a review for Good Boy, the horror movie.
Dog movie.
Of the dog movie, yep. Mm-hmm. And the review is good. And they're saying that this dog is very captivating, as we talked about. So I'm excited to see Good Boy. So reviews are coming out. I think it's coming up this weekend, isn't it?
I think so, but like, is it also coming to Shudder? Like, that's what I want to know. And I've kind of seen some mixed information on that. Some of it says like, oh, it's coming to theaters and also Shudder at the same time, but I'm not too sure. Actually, I have it pulled up. Thanks, ChatGTP. October 2025.
The Smashing Machine and Good Boy both release on October 3rd. Tron, October 10th. And Chainsaw Man, the movie, October 20th.
Okay, so wait,
Not a lot of horror movies.
October 3rd is Good Boy for theatrical and streaming? Is that what you said?
No. When is Good Boy coming out to streaming? Let's just see what it prompts us here. Searching the web. Do. See, ChatGPT needs to be a little bit faster. It is set to stream
big.
On October 3rd, so you gotta watch it on Shudder.
That's what I like to hear, and like yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little free trial of Shudder for this movie. That's for sure.
I like that. This one's interesting. I was watching football and I saw a preview for a show called. Well, they said the name later, but it was about a quarterback who sucked, and then he put on some prosthetics and went out for the same job, and was well loved. And it said Chad Powers. They made a series based off an Eli Manning skit of him putting makeup on, starring Glenn Powell.
Yes. So I've known about this for a long time, and I remember thinking like, this sounds so ridiculous. But then when I saw that trailer, I was like, yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, like, it's so ridiculous. I think you see, how it's gonna go, with this series, but it also just looks good. It looks funny. I like football, so that part's gonna be super entertaining.
Like the Manning brothers.
Yeah, like they're producing it. Like, yeah, I'm in. I think it starts. Maybe it's out now. I think
it's out now. Yeah. And that's a cool thing. Like, you can watch Monday Night Football in a series, and they're like, by the way, it's out. And you're like, oh, well, okay, I have something else to do.
Yep.
I wanted to throw this in here because Warner Brothers does not know how to manage their money. They never have. They never will. They've teamed up with almost everybody. And I think a lot of franchises get hurt by this. Like, Mortal Kombat has bounced around and followed. They've kept that IP forever, but Netflix is one of the main players to buy Warner Brothers. Are we starting to see streaming services merge into one big streaming service?
Well, first off, Warner Brothers is not a streaming service.
HBO Max is.
Yeah, but that was the deal. HBO made a deal with Warner Brothers to have the exclusive rights. That deal has since ended. That's why you're seeing all their shit everywhere now. Warner Brothers is so, like you said, they don't know what to do, and they're just like, fuck, send it everywhere now. And I think, obviously Netflix is realizing that. Like, so is this basically saying that they might buy out Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Amazon bought MGM.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this kind of is the new thing. Like, I mean, like, for the streamers that don't have production companies, like, right, they have to do this. Disney, right, they had the production companies, and then they're like, all right, we need a platform, and so that's when they created Disney Plus. And they also just bought more too by like, we need to buy Fox. And we need to get all our shit back. So
and the other one was Paramount. Paramount is in talks to buying Warner Brothers.
Which, and again, that also makes sense because I think Paramount is kind of struggling as well. Really, there's two studios that I believe really do not have streaming platforms, and they're making deals with everyone, and that's Sony and Warner Brothers right now.
Yep.
I think everything else has their own streaming platform.
Even you can get Max with Disney.
Yeah, I don't know how they made that deal. I think Max just plays well with everyone because you can get Max through Amazon, you can get through Disney, you can like the bundle stuff. I think Max is just like so desperate that they'll like sign up with anybody. They don't care.
Like, it's strange. I opened up Disney and it was like, by the way, you can watch Superman and tomorrow you can watch the Broncos. And I'm like, isn't this just cable television? What's going on here?
Dude, that's what they're doing. Like, it is crazy. I mean, like, I don't like it. We've talked about this so much before, just how there's so many different streaming services, and it's to the point for me where I gotta pick and choose, or I'm kind of like cycling through things. Like, all right, this month I'm gonna cancel this subscription and sign up for this one, and then once I'm done with that, cancel that one and go back to the other one. When new shit's there.
This is in our side lives. This is bad news for wrestling because Warner Brothers, HBO, Discovery, they have the rights to AEW, which means if Netflix buys that, then they would essentially have the rights to AEW, but Netflix has the rights to WWE.
Just Raw.
In America.
Well, dude, okay, so outside of America, there's a whole bunch of other deals. Like, it is nuts what you can get on Netflix, like, if you go travel abroad.
Did I tell you? Well, yeah, you traveled, but Peter, you can get a VPN, and this is all legal. Like, I finally bit the bullet, and I was like, whatever, VPN. And I love running all my stuff off of VPN because, like, one moment I could open up Netflix and I have all the American stuff, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm out of it. And then I can just turn on a VPN, and I have a whole nother catalog of things to watch. Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
It is really cool.
That's so cool. Anyway, we don't need to get in our wrestling world. That's for our wrestling podcast down the road. And then another buyout is, dude, the Saudi Arabia group. Like, our media is going to be very much controlled by the Saudi Arabia, like, the country, because EA, Electronic Arts, was just sold to Saudi Arabia for $55 billion fucking dollars, dude. So instead of it being a public company, now it is a private company owned by Saudi Arabia. Jared Kushner, which is Trump's son-in-law, he's an investment guy. That's fine. But dude, now, see, we're talking small level with actors and actresses and them causing problems. People are just buying up entire entities. Those are the ones making money. They're realizing AI is a way to be. And think about how you can do this. So we have a fake AI actor, and you can literally grab that AI file, turn him into a video game character, and just plug and play this character across different platforms, universes, media, all kinds of stuff. Like, this is where it's going. It's sad because the unions are not going to benefit from this. It's going to be our literal video games are going to be controlled by Saudi Arabia. It's insane. Our sports are, our video games are. There's nothing stopping it. Maybe Saudi Arabia is the entity from Mission Impossible.
Maybe, but I guess, is that concerning? Are you concerned that they're going to ruin the video games?
No, I don't think so, because it's just money. And like they'll do what it takes to make more money.
Exactly. And if they go away from that, it's not going to work for them. So
I think it's just a title. Like, a lot of Americans are like, dude, Saudi Arabia? But at the end of the day, like, all of our boxing matches are run by a Saudi Arabia group. All of our M&A, like, stuff like that. Like, dude, they just signed on NFL legends to create a flag football league.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Bollywood took over in a different way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah, I agree. And Peter, I think that's our news.
Did it.
We did it. Oh, I've done this so long. What do we do next?
Review!
Oh, that's right.
Reviews!
Peter.
Yes.
Hate to cut you off, but I've been saving this for a hot minute.
All right.
Is it screen? Yeah. Okay. while we were doing the podcast, I created James Bond.
Yeah. That's what you've been telling AI to do. Which that is so weird.
And then I was like, wait, that's too old. So I said, make him younger.
I feel like I don't know. I think the other one actually makes sense to me.
You get a little Sean Connery. You get a little Daniel Craig. You got a little other guy in the 80s.
I see the Roger Moore, Sean Connery, even
Yeah.
some Pierce Brosnan in there. I guess some Daniel Craig. Man, that's interesting.
Whoa.
It works. It's too young though. That's like the young Indiana Jones. I
A
didn't
little
like that.
older, maybe in his 30s. All right, I'll generate that and then we'll get back to that. So, but I just, I'm sorry, I had to just do it. So.
Oh, man.
Both our movies are totally on point. So, I'll go first.
Okay.
Just taking it. Mission Impossible is like the non-James Bond, but James Bond with Tom Cruise. And long-lasting series that you're like, where is this going? So that's exactly how I felt with Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I thought it was going to finish the series. Spoiler alert, they leave it to interpretation that they can make more movies. But the movie played out like it was going to end. Like, this was like the final reckoning. Peter, let me just say this. That movie was too long. It was way too long. It was almost 3 hours. And I was like forcing myself to watch this so I can just like finish it. And then I just kind of got to a point and I was like, dude, you guys are really dragging this out. You're typing out how long it is. It's like
I am 2 hours and 49 minutes.
That's so long for this movie. Like, this could have been done in like 2 hours and 20 minutes. You could have knocked out 20 minutes of this movie and that would have been totally fine, because honestly, like, they were just all over the place. They were in Antarctica, they were in Africa, they were in America, they were all over. And like, dude, it's not, and it's like, you have to do this in a week. And you have to be on the other side of the world. And you have to do this. And they're just like all over these like exotic places to what is it? The entity, the whole AI unit that's supposed to take over the entire world somehow?
Oh, I have no... Dude, I got lost in those movies. Like, I know I've seen like a few of them since like the third one.
Yeah.
But I have no idea the order they go in. I can barely remember actually like who's the bad guy and even what happens. Like, they did the Ghost Protocol stuff and I don't even know what goes on after that, but like they lost me. And then it also, like, I think what you're just describing, like it's too long. And then my understanding, which I was just about to ask you, is like, did it just turn into a treasure movie?
Yes, that's exactly what it did. And like, okay, so you're right on with Ghost Protocol, where, remember they were like searching for this key, and one key was on the side of the world and this side was on the other side?
That's what I'm talking about. I don't, like, they lost me, I think, right around that Ghost Protocol time frame. And I also might be blurring like what happened with Mission Impossible, because isn't there a point where they go to Dubai? But isn't there also like, didn't like Fast and the Furious go to Dubai? And I think I'm blending the action together.
It's the same plot. Remember Fast and Furious? They had to find God's Eye.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was an entire like AI generated thing that was going to. This is the description of the entity from Mission Impossible. It's a powerful AI that infiltrates global networks and manipulates governments, nuclear arsenals, and public perception. That's the entity. That's also God Eye. So this is literally Tom Cruise just doing this with Shaun from Shaun of the Dead, Ving Rhames, and like some random brunette chick that he's like hooked up with.
Yeah.
And less cars.
Okay.
And then like just some of the stunts that Tom Cruise like thinks like is doable. Okay, it's Mission Impossible. It's supposed to be impossible, but like, dude, they had this whole buildup where they had to train Ethan Hunt to breathe underwater, go into
Mm-hmm.
the depths of the ocean, swimming, and the whole point was he had to wear this pressurized suit, otherwise he was gonna die. And like midway through, underneath in this abandoned ship where he has this key, by the way, has been underwater this entire time, still works, no problem. Where he's like carrying it around with his hand and he can't escape out of this giant sunken ship that he nudges and it decides to like fall even further. He's taken off his pressurized suit, swimming to the surface, and nothing happens to him.
Yeah, because he's Tom Cruise.
Like, dude, I know Fast and Furious isn't believable, but what you just executed there, Tom Cruise, it would have never happened. And you can't tell me that like Ethan Hunt, like some average dude who is aging, is like capable of swimming to the depths of the ocean to hold his breath that long and remove his pressurized suit and be okay. He would have been like that billionaire submarine that went under the ocean. He would have imploded. And he
Yeah.
doesn't. He like casually just recollects. And mind you, this all takes place within like a week or so. Like there's a time limit. And then he's like good to go. And then he goes off and like starts chasing him off in Africa. And that's where he gets his dirt bike cliff diving scene. Mission Impossible movies need to be less of Tom Cruise glorifying his stunts and actually put together a believable plot. And that's my problem with this. And it was way too long for that. But then I was like, they could have split this into 2 movies, but they did this before. And it was just 2 semi-long movies with one plot. So I'm kind of done. I'm just kind of done. Like, I don't care to see another one.
Well, I think it is done, but I was just curious. I was looking. So this is film 8. I guess
8.
I've seen all. Yeah, I've seen all of them besides 7 and 8. Even though I really don't. Again, I cannot describe what these plots are. But dude, like Dead Reckoning made like 571 million worldwide. Final Reckoning made 598 million worldwide. I mean, they're making some money.
I think it's from Saudi Arabia.
Maybe. I mean, probably.
China.
I mean, that's why they made it so global.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it makes sense. So I don't, man, I just, it's cracking me up how similar they are to Fast and Furious franchise. I don't, at some point I need to watch the rest. Like, I've actually been wanting to rewatch like the early ones. Like Mission Impossible 3, I think is a fantastic movie, and like Philip Seymour Hoffman is amazing as the villain in that.
2, 3, and 4 are great.
So, yeah, 2 is the funny one. That's where they really switched gear, and it was a John Woo film
With the Doves and Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it because like it was. I think it was necessary to kind of like, hey, we gotta change this. We don't want to be what the first one was. And then the third
time,
one
it was perfect for it.
Yeah, and then the third one kind of went to like, all right, this is more like what we're going to be doing. Actually, probably a little bit more gritty. And then Ghost Protocol is really, I feel like that's what they've been doing ever since, is just more and more Ghost Protocols, which again, I don't remember what that is. So
What I don't like about these movies is they always leave with like a feel good story. Like the team gets back together and they're like, all right, guys, we'll see you for the next one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, leave that to Fast and Furious. Like, give me some like depth and worriness in Mission Impossible. And don't copy Fast and Furious. Because if Fast and Furious did it like 4 movies ago, you don't need to do it on your 8th movie when Fast and Furious is 10 movies. So, like, you just stretched out Fast and Furious plot between less movies, or Fast and Furious is just doing it all willy-nilly.
Well,
and also the marketing and the promotion, like, I don't give a shit about Tom Cruise doing his own stunts.
I want to say, when did Mission Impossible create the team thing, like that team dynamic? Was that really in third? Is that when Simon Pegg joined?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, who do you think did it first? Fast and the Furious or Mission Impossible?
Fast and Furious. Who's in the first movie?
But they weren't really a team, though.
Yeah, they were. They were family.
You had a team of bad guys. Like, I'm talking about, like, when do they actually like have to make a team to fight all the bad guys together? Like, think about it. Really think about this.
The fourth one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's when it really kind of started. And the number 5 is probably when it actually really came together. So the fourth one is in 2009, and we're saying Mission Impossible 3 is when they first had their team aspect, and that's 2006. So who's copying who? It's just down, thumbs down.
Come on. Where is it?
So, I don't know. I just kind of thought that was strange because I was kind of with the same way, Ryan. I thought Fast and Furious did it first too, but when I really think about the group mentality, it was Fast 5 that really, to me, started it. 4 is when they started getting into that aspect. So, all right. Well, so you don't recommend The Final Reckoning?
I'm going to finish it, but I'm becoming less and less interested as I go on.
How do you know the ending already if you haven't finished it?
AI. Fucking typing it out right now over here. I literally said, summarize the movie Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. I fell asleep right after Ethan Hunt was swimming through the abandoned ship and about to die from being underwater, succumbed to water pressure. And then it said, here's what you missed. Here's the rest of the plot. And I said,
there you go.
And I said, if you like, I could send you the rest of the movie where you left off without the earlier stuff. I said, perfect. Can you summarize the entire movie as well? I read everything here. And then in short. And then I said, do you want me to write a short one-paragraph version so you could tell someone quickly without all the detail? I said, yeah, let's do that. So here we go. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning follows Ethan Hunt and his IMF team as they race to the top of the entity, a rogue AI capable of manipulating governments and triggering nuclear war. The mission forces them into dangerous chases across the globe, including an underwater dive into a sunken ship and a wild midair plane battle against Ethan's old foe, Gabriel. Along the way, Luther makes the ultimate sacrifice to save millions, while Grace grows from thief to trusted ally. In the end, Ethan secures control of the entity, defeats Gabriel, and prevents catastrophe. Through the fight leaves scars and future of the team uncertain. And then I went into podcast mode. I said, give me some interesting facts about the movie, how it ties to the franchise. So,
Yeah.
Now, my next question is, how are the Fast and Furious and Mission Impossible franchises similar?
Well, I mean, we already know they got the team aspect.
And
apparently, and family, and AI. Yeah. They might have, maybe Fast and the Furious came up with that first. Maybe they, this is just like, it's, how like cell phones, like Apple and Samsung, they're just copying one another back and forth. Like, this is what movies do too. They just copy, like, oh, that's a really cool idea. I'm going to take that for my next movie.
Well, there's James Bond in his 30s, by the way.
I think that's better. That's a little bit better.
Yeah. I think I need a 30-year-old James Bond. There we go. Anyway, enough James Bond.
Yeah.
AI
Well, speaking with technology, my movie was also about technology.
Tell me
I
more.
watched the new Naked Gun, 2025.
How did you like it?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. And like right before that, like I watched the original Naked Gun, which is still very funny. Like those types of movies, like because like there's nothing really like it just stands the test of time because they weren't like jokes just from that era, right? Like, it is a spoof. Like, they're all just ridiculous. And they stayed true with that into this new movie. I love how they, tongue in cheek, like, we know this is, kind of a reboot, but at the same time, not really a reboot, because Liam Neeson, like, pretty much everyone is like a son of the people from the Naked Gun.
I like that.
Yeah, so Liam Neeson is the son of, man, why can't I can't remember any of their names. Hang on. Hold while I look up IMDb so I have all their names. Frank Drebin Jr.
Okay.
And like, yeah, pretty much everyone plays like the younger version of the person they were, or yeah, someone from the original, which I really liked. It didn't really matter because they're not like super important to the overall story. It's the tone. And here's the thing with this is that the jokes are coming in so fast that you really have to stop, and we rewound it a lot. So the wife and I were watching this, and like we had to keep on like, oh wait, I missed something, go back, and like, and you're always catching something new. So like it's definitely one of those movies you could probably watch multiple times just because you're always gonna
has like an Easter egg in it.
Oh, I'm sure I missed so much stuff, but like on top of that is just the dialogue is so fast. There's constant things that I missed before, and like, again, you're missing things because you're laughing over it, and like that's how good it is. But the whole premise is Pamela Anderson, which she's old, she's just old. Sorry to say it. She's just old. But she was also really funny. She had some great moments throughout this film. But her brother turns up dead, and Liam Neeson's Frank Drebin Jr. is on the case, kind of to figure out what's going on and why he died, and also like the whole plot device, which I love because they actually called the device they're after plot device. Yep. I forget what the PLOT means, but very funny, and it's all tied to this rich guy. And again, it's a bad technology in the wrong hands. And have you seen this, Ryan?
I saw this in the movie theaters. I think this was one of the last movies I saw in the theater.
Okay.
So I have seen it. So like, I know what you're talking about. With one of my favorite like gags that they were doing was the coffee thing.
Yeah.
Every scene had them holding coffee. Even if they had coffee, someone was handing them coffee.
Exactly. And they just like throw it away, or they're getting bigger coffee mug. Like it was great. I love that part of it.
And like it was on the trailer, like, take a seat. And she's like, no, I'm okay. And then she's like, matter of fact, I'm going to take the seat. And she takes the seat afterwards.
Drags it around. Yeah.
The plot is primordial law of toughness.
Sure.
That's what it's called.
Oh, that's what the plot device is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess should I like say what it does, or just, is that too much?
Yeah, go ahead. It's on streaming.
Well, yeah, and I think it's on Paramount Plus now. But like, yeah, when you turn on that device, it puts out this tone that basically just turns everyone rabid, and they all start attacking, which kind of pretty fun way to end the film. And here's what's so great about it is that the fact that this is a parody, like, you do whatever you want, like nothing has to make sense, especially at the end. And also the mid scene, which really, like, that threw me off for a little bit, but at the same time, like, you just go with it and you're like, wow. And I think, you know what scene I'm talking about, Ryan?
The post credit?
No, in the middle with the snowman. The snowman scene.
Oh yeah. Yeah, at the winter house. Yeah, that was just off the wall, dude.
Dude, I was like, what is going on? And then, again, you just go along for this on the ride, and it's just so funny. You almost got a whole little story in the middle of the movie with Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson and a snowman. It's like this weird love triangle that was going on. It was so funny.
That was a weird like little montage. It was just like, here we are in this mountain town, and then it like diverted everything that was going on straight to that, and then it just was done.
Yeah. But and to me that part worked. There's only one part that I thought was like a little bit too much towards the end of the movie. And I'm just gonna say it because oh man, should I? I don't know. This stuff is just so loony. Like that's what it almost felt like. I was watching like a live action, like, you know, Looney Tunes, but without the Looney Tunes.
Like a Roger Rabbit without the animation.
Yeah, exactly. Just some of the stuff that was going on, and like you saw it in the trailer, right? Where like he comes in, like it's a girl, and it's really him in disguise. Like little, just so funny. But the only part that I thought was really strange is when he's on an owl. The owl is carrying him to the last scene, basically. Man, it was funny, but at the same time, I was like, wow, that is like really out there. So out there.
Dare I say that they did the slapstick comedy just, I don't want to say too much, but it was just so consistent. It was like, what is going on? But they reel it back in. So like there's certain times where I'm just like, dude, slow down for a minute. Like, is this movie going to slow down? And honestly, no, it didn't. It went full throttle, like just slapstick comedy, witty responses, funny dialogue. And like you even said with Pamela Anderson, she looked old, but I like that they didn't glam her up, and that's kind of her thing now. And she just kind of was there. She was still very Pamela Anderson, just no makeup and looking a little older.
Yeah, and like I said, like she had some fantastic parts in this movie, like. And Liam Neeson was like perfect because his delivery, like just being so stone cold, like I don't know why you guys are laughing. Like that's exactly. He's just like he says everything so perfectly and keeps that straight face, you know, like, and that's what I think everyone did that. Everyone did that perfectly throughout this, and that's what's key to this type of movie is that you have to deliver this as if, like, you know, there is no joke. You say the line with full honesty, and like everyone delivered on it, and I loved it. I need to rewatch it now that it's on Paramount Plus. I probably will rewatch it because there's so much little things that like you're missing, and I think it captured the tone from the first movie. Like it's a great reimagining, I think, of it, and going back to these parody the slapstick comedies is just fantastic, and I hope that we get another one. I really do.
So I think why we enjoyed this movie is we like this crew, directed by Akiva Schaffer. And so I'm going through his Wikipedia real quick, and one movie stood out to me, and this is a watch if you like Naked Gun. It's MacGruber. He wasn't the director, but the other guy from the Lonely Island, Jorma.
Yeah,
he was the director, but Akiva was a producer and writer on MacGruber. So MacGruber is very similar to this, and vice versa. They're very similar in their own sense. Like, that's what you're getting from these guys. Like, you're getting a Hot Rod kind of movie where it's just like stupid antics, but progressing. Pop star, you know, these kind of like parodies of these genres of movies. I mean, Chip and Dale. I love it. I think these guys should continue making more movies like this. If I'm not mistaken, Seth MacFarlane was a producer on this. He was.
Yes.
Okay. So not only that, but you get Seth MacFarlane and you get the Lonely Island. Like, that's a good combination for a funny movie. And the initial reactions of this were like, this movie is bringing back comedy the way it needs to come back. So, dude, this opens up the door for us to get a revival of scary movies, stuff like that.
Well, they're making that, which I can't wait. Like I think we're in that spot right now where it's kind of needed because these comedies, we haven't really had a fantastic comedy, like at least not a big one in a while.
Yeah.
So I think this might be bringing it back and also opening the door not just for like your other typical. Is like this is the parody, right? We lost this. We had like our like was it 10 years ago? Like Scary Movie kind of started off the whole new parodies, and then it went way too much because it got to like disaster movie, extreme movie, the what was it? The Hunger. I forgot. They just made so many different parodies that it was too much. I hope they can keep this contained. You know, we got the Naked Gun, we got the Scary Movie coming back. You know, like, and also it has to be like you have to have a legit storyline. That's the biggest thing. Like that's why like this movie works. That's why the first couple of Scary Movies works because they had a legit storyline and it wasn't about just parodying everything and just I want to make fun of all these different movies. Like, right? That's not this movie. This is a legit movie with a storyline, like a full follow through, everything. So, and the action I actually thought was kind of fun too in this movie, The Naked Gun.
Which is really funny because the fight scene really showed that Liam Neeson shouldn't be doing fight scenes, but it worked in this movie.
They sped it up, and it was fine. It was fine. I thought it cracked me up because again we're doing a parody, but I guess what I'm just saying, like it was the way it was shot and stylized. I thought it was actually decent fighting compared to like how can I compare to just like the choppiness, you know, like those movies where like everything is just so cut up so fast that you really can't even tell what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
So
I love it.
All right.
So,
yeah,
I'm glad you finally watched it because it was a solid one. So
loved it. Probably the funniest movie I've seen all year. That's for sure.
It's a good one.
Yep.
Oh, it's time for wrapping this up.
Yep.
Yes! Yes! Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah. I'll keep this quick. I might have even talked about this already. Have I mentioned Yellow Jackets?
You have. Are you guys still watching it?
Yep. We're almost done with the first season, and there's 3 seasons out already. I believe they're making another one because I guess the third had like one of the biggest draws for the season finale, and all I can say, like this movie or this show is just, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
It's one of those.
And yes, and it keeps me coming back for more because I'm like they put so many things out there in like the first couple episodes, and now we're like a few more episodes past, and they haven't even like they just give you more mysteries and they don't tell you about what's going on. It's ridiculous. So, but in a good way. So, totally in Yellow Jackets. It's on Paramount Plus. It's on Showtime. It's on Netflix. That's where I'm watching it. So check it out if you have not, because I want to keep on going. What do you got, Ryan?
I'm just making hearts. I love Peacemaker. I think it's one of the best shows on there on television. I have watched every Thursday. It is getting really freaking good. That was my recommendation last week, I think, or last time we did it. And I was advised to watch Creature Commando. Now you've watched this.
Some of it.
Yeah, so I'm going to start watching that one because I successfully got my coworkers to watch Peacemaker, and they're talking to me about what's going on, and I'm like, oh yeah, that happened in the first season. So, and then Dylan was just like, dude, if you're recommending Peacemaker to us, you have to watch Creature Commandos. So
yeah, it is. It's really good. I just canceled my subscription. It was too much. Speaking of that, I also know I need to start watching this. Is that Marvel Zombies is out now on Disney Plus?
I'm sorry, I totally forgot I watched that. Yeah, They're good. They're good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It does follow the three new Avengers, like the little Indian girl,
Mm-hmm.
Haley Steinfeld, and Riri Williams. So it's kind of cool because
Okay.
it gives them a little bit of a personality that I think they were lacking in their own personal shows and their movie appearances. So, long story boring. It's good to see all your Marvel characters as zombies.
Nice. And is it very much R-rated?
Very much R-rated.
Nice.
I think even some cuss words, if I recall.
Awesome.
So
I'm
very
in.
un-Disney.
I need to watch it. Are they only half-an-hour episodes?
They're about half hour. Yeah, they're nothing too long or crazy.
Cool. I need to watch it. It's Halloween time, and it's spooky season, so can't wait. Yeah, it's very sexy. All right, Ryan. It's been
All right, Peter.
fun.
It's been real
Until next time.
and real fun and
Mm-hmm.
big gulps, huh?
Hey, guys. Whoa, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
Good work.